Joined right now by not Mac, but instead Rich Keefe, and famously on his other program, one of his many other programs, they play a little game called Guess That Random Baseball Player of the Day. And I figured with the usual subject of this show, the genre of this show, let's play a little Guess That Random Actor. Are you ready, Keefe?
I'm always ready, Goo.
All right. We have here a star of the television and movie screen.
Okay.
Does that whittle it down for you?
Adam Scott.
That's pretty close. An IMDb that has acting roles ranging from 1992 through 2017.
Oh, he's been out the game. He or she.
An actor could be either.
Of course. Out the game for nearly a decade. So
go ahead.
I would say Jim Varney.
Her first credited role in a movie that night. And her final is a TV movie called The Saint.
Oh. No, it can't be Shannon Doherty.
It is not Shannon Doherty.
Annie Garth.
Made a name for herself in the movie True Lies.
Elijah Dushku.
Eliza Dushku.
Son of a bitch.
I thought for a second, if you got it with fucking, was it True Saints?
The Saint.
The Saint. If you got it from her 2017 made-for-TV movie, The Saint,
yeah,
I would have folded up shop.
She's been out the game, though, for a little bit, huh?
So that's how you play Guess That Random Actor.
I love it. That's
four steps. You got it in 4 steps. I had 5 ready to go. You would have got it by the 5th.
What was the 5th guess, or what was the 5th clue?
Okay, so according to IMDb, she is known for Bring It On, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Wrong Turn, and Dollhouse.
Yeah, all of those are very good. I enjoy Wrong Turn quite a bit.
One, goo, 3, yeah! Goo. Jaws 3. Goo. King of Queens. Goo. Meryl Streep. Entertainment.
I'm Goo. Once
and
again,
I'm Rich Keefe.
Yeah, not Mac. But he is here filling in right now because I'm on vacation and I wasn't sure if Mac was going to do an episode. So I'm going to put one in the can and we're going to see what happens. Today's topic is inspired by a recent movie that Mac and I pushed off a couple times and eventually did get to at the end of last week, and that is Nobody 2. The topic is best action scenes of the decade so far. We have, what do you say, about 6 years in here?
Yeah. Yep, because 2020, which was not a great year for film, and then we're nearly through 5 more after that. So yeah, there's a good amount to choose from.
And this list was put together by me, a little bit by the Boxers' Wesley Burho, a little bit by not that Billy D or the other Billy D, but the other Billy D filling in. So if you have any issues with this list, complain to them. They're the ones that missed it. It wasn't me. I put the right one in and they forgot to put it on this presentation of the tier maker. And I think just very simple here, how we always do Mac and Goo tiers. Each person gets 2 vetoes. So Rich and I are able to veto someone else. If they put something into a certain category, they don't like it, they can move it up or down. We each get 1 stamp. If you stamp a movie scene into a tier, that's it. It lives there. Unless the other person uses their stamp remover.
Okay, stamp remover. Got it. Okay, I was not ready for that. I'm now ready.
Well, yeah, you don't work at the post office. You don't know how that shit works.
That's true.
The 5 tiers, and these are fluid. We can change these. We can add more tiers if we want. At the bottom is, I forgot that scene. I'm not even sure if that really happened.
All right, real quick, I've seen, I would say, a good chunk of these, but for a couple that I haven't, I'll just let you tier those, because it wouldn't be in the I forget the thing. It would just be simply I haven't seen it, so it would sort of be like a not applicable, and then I would let you kind of run with that one there.
I'm going to add one that says haven't seen it.
Perfect. So that will apply on my. So if you and I haven't seen it, that might just speak more to the popularity of the film than anything
Correct,
else.
but
It might be a great scene, but if we haven't seen it, that tells you something.
But also keep this in mind. I went through and I watched at least every scene earlier, and that it's good, but also I might not get the full context of the scene.
True.
So it might be better than what I'm seeing on the screen because it might be after a big build or it might be after a big come down. It might be the climax of the movie. So a couple of these scenes might not be getting due justice.
I got you. That makes sense to me.
All right. So above haven't seen it is okay. It's okay. It's definitely something worth seeing. I'd give it a YouTube. I'd give it a Googs, but it's not something that I'm going to put in the all-time clips.
Yep, that's fine. It deserves to be mentioned, deserves to be discussed. It's okay. You enjoyed it for the movie, but it just doesn't stand up to these other ones. Makes sense.
Also, each movie only gets one scene. We can't have 50 scenes per movie. We're on a tight schedule here. The producer's already given me one of these.
Yep.
The next category up, the next tier up here is Feel It in My Plums. I feel this scene in my plums. When you're watching it, you get a little feeling down there.
Your testicles, you're talking about?
I'm talking about my testicles, yeah.
I had a vasectomy a while ago that was extremely painful, so I feel everything in my plums.
Very sensitive plums.
Everything. So I might just put every scene in this tier.
The next tier, this is how I rate John Wick movies. I rated the Ballerina movie, and that is, if I say hell yeah, I'm into it. I rate those on how many hell yeahs, how many fist pumps I throw while watching a movie.
That's a good one. I have a similar kind of when I'm watching a movie, even if I'm watching it by myself in the theater, if I just have like a big dumb smile on my face, that's a good sign. If I'm just like enjoying it, it's the same thing. It's the equivalent of standing up, giving it one hell yeah. So I like that. It's a good tier.
So the big smile is kind of like this one. It's called Can't Blink. When you're watching it, you feel like you should not close your eyes because you're going to miss something.
Yes, edge of your seat. I would say, and it doesn't apply, right? Because Logan came out way before 2020. But when you first really see what Weapon X there, Daphne Keane can do, or I'm sorry, X-23, what she can do, that is a prototypical, like that's like the face of the Can't Blink tier to me. That was like edge of your seat, like holy shit, I can't believe this is happening.
All right, so I'm going to have a little bit of difficulty going through all of these movies that actually, did he put it into alphabetical order? Looks like he did put it into alphabetical order. So this does work out pretty well.
Okay.
All right, let's start out with the most recent scene that I have seen from these movies, and that is from Ballerina from 2025. And the scene that I enjoyed the most was when she had a big pack of grenades. Yes. And she was just going from room to room, either dropping a lot of grenades or putting them into people's mouths or choking someone with them, and always blocking them off with either a metal door or a metal table. I like this scene.
I like this scene quite a bit. This movie I thought was above fine. It wasn't like the greatest movie. I think if you took this scene out, it would have been like wildly disappointing. You know what I mean? Like this is not, it's still fun. It's the worst of the John Wick universe movies, but all four of those movies are very, very good. So you are kind of going up against like a murderer's row there. But this was a blast. I thought Ana de Armas did a really good job in this. And this was like, all right, business is picking up. There's a lot going on. There's grenades happening left and right. She's killing people in a variety of ways, which is always classic John Wick. So but to me, I would probably have it more feel it in my plums. Like
I think it's a feel in plums. I'm close to a hell yeah. This movie takes a little while to get going. No real hell yeahs until about the 35, 40 minute mark. And there's only one other scene in this movie that might rival it, and that is the fire hose versus the flamethrower. But like this one really is, I think, the best of the movie. And I would say feel in my plums. I feel those grenades in my plums. I love seeing the explosion while she is separated by just a piece of metal, and then the audio cuts out a little bit with a bit of the tinnitus going on.
Yeah, a little bit of that. Nice little camera play there. So, yeah, I think this is a good... There's going to be plenty on this list better than that, but there's going to be plenty worse than that. So I think this is a fair start.
The next one's tough. It's from an action movie that maybe doesn't have Like the big tent poles of the movie aren't the big action pieces. It's more about just having Batman on the screen or, solving mysteries. Solving mysteries is great. But from the Batman, the scene that we have taken is the chase scene where he is chasing the Penguin down in what you assumed is be like, okay, he's just driving a normal car. But by the end of this scene, you say this normal car is one of the dopest Batmobiles. And the way that they flip the camera at the end and Batman is walking toward the Penguin upside down with his clangy boots, I feel this in my plums too.
So I do feel it in my plums, but I've also mentioned I feel everything in my plums. I had a botched surgery, so it is just no matter what I do,
is just all plums.
a stiff breeze, I'm feeling that in my plums. I sit down, I feel that in my plums. I would argue for okay. And
okay.
so the reason I would say that is this might be the best movie, or certainly one of the best movies on this list. To me, it isn't the action stuff that stands out, like similar to the movie Seven, which we all compared it to. It's just like it's got creepy. There's like horror vibes. I think the characters and the acting are all really good. I think the action, a couple of scenes, this one in particular, are good in the moment, but I don't think it's gonna stack up once we I think once we lay this all out, you're gonna be like, all right, we should probably bump that one down because it doesn't belong on there with some of the others.
I was flaccid plums anyway, so I'm okay with okay. And I do agree. And like I said, this was one that even when the scene starts, you're like, okay, a little chase scene. The chase scene is good though.
It is. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like a chase.
The next one up here is from Bullet Train, which actually does have a lot good in it. I don't love the third act. It kind of kills it for me in the movie, but this movie also doesn't get the love that it should, I think.
I agree with you. I think this one, I didn't see it in the theater, so I think whenever it came out streaming, I remember being excited to watch it. And at that point, people weren't really talking about it. The reviews were like whatever, but I was like, I don't know, I'm going to give it a go. And it was fun. So like, it's funny. So the Ballerina and Bullet Train aren't half the movie the Batman is, but these scenes with this particular topic stand out to me more. Like I think this might even be a hell yeah.
So the reason why I think it's close to a hell yeah, I'm going to put it in my plums.
Okay.
Is because when Zazie Beetz starts to bleed from her eyes after taking the poison, you're like, holy shit, this is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like at first, it's a good fight scene. You're dealing with needles, you're dealing with poison. Brad Pitt is great in this movie. But once she is given the poison and it starts to really take over and she's bleeding out of her eyes and she's crawling away, that's pretty goddamn good.
It's great. And it's also an awesome setting for, and it's not the first time there's ever been an action scene on a train, but like the whole thing sets up really well for fun scenes because you're just moving from cart to cart. You can like get involved with different characters at different times, a little bit of a cat and mouse game. So yeah, I like it. Plums is fine. I'd personally like it a little bit higher, but I don't think not enough for me to veto.
You don't want to waste that veto?
I'm not gonna blow the veto on the third goddamn scene.
All right, the next one up here is, I almost feel like I had to put it on there, biggest movie of 2024, and that is from Deadpool and Wolverine. This is the Honda Odyssey scene, and I took this over the compound scene because I gave Billy the final vote. I might have taken the compound scene, honestly, but this is the standout scene of the movie because not only does it have the action, but it has the build-up to the scene of Logan slowly building towards realizing that Deadpool has been lying to him with an educated guess, and then he lays into him verbally. Which then does get into a pretty cool, close fight scene in this Honda.
Yeah, that is fun. Another cool setting for a fight scene. Two incredible characters that you're putting them in a movie. You want to see these two fight at some point. They both have incredible healing power. And you're like, let's see these two guys that have been talking shit to each other for so long get into a fight. I'm with you. The compound scene's really fun too. There's a lot of scenes in this movie that are great. I think I like this movie more than almost anybody else.
Oh.
I would put this in Can't Blank. I think this is it's very memorable to me. I think it's two iconic characters, but then also deciding to have them fight inside of a Honda is also hilarious. And then there's some good shots. The whole scene, or every Deadpool movie and every like Logan / the Wolverine movie have awesome fight scenes, awesome choreography. It looks like they're really fucking hurting each other. So I Love this one.
All right, I'm gonna use my first veto and move that down to hell yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not as passionate about that scene. The action in general, I think there's a lot of good action, but I don't know how much of it is eye-catching outside. I think it's really good for a comic book movie, but not like a general action movie.
All right. Something about these guys in their costumes though. That they're in full costume and they're giving it a go. I'll give them credit for it.
I'm going to admit right now, this next one was a reach because I could not figure out which scene from Dune 1 was its best action scene.
Yeah.
And I guess you would give it to the Duncan, Idaho hallway fight where he's ripping through troopers. You think he might be dead for a second. He's not. He kills more. He closes the door so that Paul can't pass. And then he does end up dying.
Yeah. This one, it is tough to pick just one. But, I mean, Jason Momoa is not really he's not like one of the stars of the movie, but
But going in, you thought he was. Like, if you had no idea from the books. I don't know the books.
I don't know the goddamn books.
So when he dies, I'm like, oh, he was starring in the movie. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. I would argue probably hell yeah then for this.
Okay.
I mean, the movie's really good. If you want to go plums, I just feel like we're going to have a lot of movies in plums.
A lot, because I feel a lot of things in my plums.
Sure do. Everything.
This next one, I'm going to say can't blank. And there were a lot of there's 3 or 4 possible can't blink scenes from Dune Part 2. There is the fight between Butler and Chalamet. There is the anti-gravity scene that's also so dope. But the sandworms versus the Emperor's army, where this is just such a spectacle that is built up to, and not only is it these giant fucking monsters, but you also get great hand-to-hand stuff after.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. It's a creature feature. It's like humans beating each other up. It's another cool place to see a fight, or not even just a fight, but just to see an entire action scene. It looks so cool, like everything in both of these movies. This movie's even better than the last movie, and so the best scene being better than the best scene from the last one also makes sense. So I have no problem putting this in Camp Blank.
And you also have a family that thinks that they're being protected, looking on in horror as their protectors are being destroyed.
Yeah, it's not going great. Not going great for them up there.
Yes. This next one here is, this is from Extraction. This is the one shot from the Chris Hemsworth Extraction Netflix movie that if this scene was not in the movie, I would have forgotten about.
So I definitely have overall forgotten about both Extraction and Extraction 2, which I watched both of those movies, similar to the Old Guard and the Old Guard 2, just Netflix direct for the most part. Although Extraction did have this moment, like you said.
Yeah.
I guess I'd probably put it in okay, all in all. Like, I think because you're like, oh, I'm watching a free Netflix movie, and I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy it, and most of it's kind of like boring. And they hit you with this, it stands out in the moment, but then when against some of this other stuff, I think it's just okay.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think compared to other one-shots, it's kind of forgettable because there's so many one-shots now. There's a movie that's all one-shots. There's an It's Always Sunny episode that's all one-shots.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, this is good, but it's okay. It does save the movie, I think, for people that are watching it for free, though.
Yeah, exactly. It was fine. The movie was fine.
The next one up here is the fanny pack fight from Everything Everywhere All at Once with Wayman coming out of nowhere with his ninja action.
So I know that you and Mac both really like this movie, right?
Love this movie.
I liked it in the moment. I think as time has gone by, I like it a little bit less. So it's not that I forget this, and it's not that I haven't seen this. So I guess based on that, looking at the tiers, I'd put this in okay as well.
Is there a chance that you haven't seen this?
There is a chance. Yeah, I guess maybe a different in another multiverse. Maybe I saw it. No, we did. I think we did an episode on it, or if we didn't do an episode on it, we definitely talked about it. I think Davey even talked it up as like movie of the year. Might have won the Dorky for movie of the year. I voted for the Batman that year. I think he voted for this. I think maybe the tiebreaker for whatever reason went to this, but I haven't watched it in a while. But I'm also not like, oh man, I got to go back and watch that.
No, I mean, I'm not watching this movie for its action scenes.
Also,
the action scenes, they're solid. This is good. The dildo fight is good. But and the big butt plug scene, also good. But
Always good.
like, this isn't, I'm not watching everything everywhere all at once for its action. So,
that's true.
okay is
That's
where
true.
it sits.
Mm-hmm.
The next one up here is from The Fall Guy. And Billy D has given us the final stunt from the movie that I think actually goes on a little bit too long.
Okay.
And that's at the point of the movie where I think it's a little too inside Hollywood and it's in on the joke a little too much. I would have gone with the scene where Gosling was really high and going through all those gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was pretty funny. I like this movie quite a bit.
I do
thought it was
too.
fun. And I do think a lot of the action scenes were solid, both of those
Mhm.
ones that you just mentioned. I agree with you, though. It did feel like it kind of went on. I wonder if it was just like a little bit tighter, if it'd be maybe more memorable, or like there'd be like an opportunity for more signature moments rather than just kind of going on as it did.
Yeah.
So I would probably say another example where the movie is better overall than the scene. I'd probably go okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say okay as well. This
right.
next one is another one that I could not blink to. I love John Wick 4. And this is the standout scene where it just starts out as a normal gunfight. Just a normal John Wick gunfight. They got big guns. And then out of nowhere, the camera goes to above the house that they are in. And it is a look down as Wick is going through rooms as if you're playing like an old NES game where that's the only camera angle that they have. Like you're playing Zelda and you're moving like that. And the entire time he is being chased by the tracker and there is a bit of a hand-to-hand at the end.
Yeah, that was wild watching that for the first time because we'd already seen 3 John Wick movies. So we'd already spent 5 hours with John Wick. And then all of a sudden they're doing this. So you're already kind of used to how sweet the action is. And then they're like, oh, we're gonna like throw the camera up here and you're gonna like watch it all from this like bird's eye view. So yeah, this has to be can't blink. If you're pulling something from John Wick, and if we agree that this is the best action scene in it, it's like automatically can't blink. In fact, you could change the name of the can't blink tier to John Wick because like, that's how good those scenes are.
Right. And you just brought this up too, is that leading up to this, the fights were starting to feel kind of samey.
True. You get a lot of gun fu, as they call it. Yeah.
And this completely flipped it. I love this scene. This might be, I think, better. I mean, the one from Dune 2 is great. This might be my number one if we're actually going to flip them around and pick one or the other.
Yeah.
The next one up here is from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and it is the hallway scene where Rocket starts out with, I'm done running, and then No Sleep Till Brooklyn starts to play, and they all show off their unique skills.
So part of this could be when they play a kick-ass song, it can like it can maybe make you think that it's a little bit better than it actually is, but I don't care. The song helps it quite a bit. The soundtrack's always good in Guardians. It was good in Deadpool and Wolverine too. And just seeing these characters all do their thing to that at that point in the movie, I think this is a can't blink for me.
I can't blink.
Yeah, dude, I loved it. I mean, maybe I'm too easy on the comic book movies, or these happen to be 2 comic book movies that I really like quite a bit. I think they're too. Well, Deadpool and Wolverine is one of those ones where like people saw it, they're like, oh, this is really great, and then they kind of moved on. Guardians 3 gets like lumped in when people are like, oh, like post Endgame, there wasn't any good ones, which is not true. And there's also this. I think this is like a 6 out of 6 movie. I loved Guardians 3.
I love Guardians 3 too. It's not as good as the first one to me. And even if you're looking at Guardian scenes, I mean, this is in, I would say, a 6-pack of the best Guardian scenes.
Yeah.
But I think that there are better action scenes. There are better scenes where it shows off what they all can do. I also think that No Sleep Till Brooklyn is one of the most overused songs in movie history. And I think that takes it down a peg for me.
Yeah, Mario Brothers fucked them.
Mario Brothers fucked them. That's what I said when I was watching the movie. I'm like, these little Italian fucks are ruining the Beastie Boys.
So where are you putting this movie?
I would say okay. And I would put it as a soft okay.
All right. So like, I'd put it in plums then, sort of split the difference.
I'm sorry. What did I say? You said can't.
You think it's okay?
No, I'm sorry. I think it's like a soft hell yeah.
Oh, okay. Then
I was completely wrong. But I think it's the song.
We're way off on that. But yeah, okay.
I think that if Gunn did something with the music a little more unique, like what he did with the Suicide Squad,
right?
I think that would have helped it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I like the song, but it's not one of those like, ooh, deep cut. Like it's like
Oh, Ivan, where'd they find this one?
that was like the joke, remember, about not Gunn's Suicide Squad, but David Ayer's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
It was just like they just fucking grabbed like now that's what you call music volume 6 and just like
Yeah.
played the songs.
Oh no, I think it was Honest Trailer that said it sounded like he has hit scan on the FM radio.
Yeah, really, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah. The next one up here is one that I had to be reminded of, and I completely forgot about this movie. I completely forgot about this scene, and then I watched the scene and I said, all right. And that is from The King's Man. This is the trench warfare fight.
Wait a minute. The King's Man.
That's the one where they're in World War I, and they end the movie. There's a post-credit where Hitler turns around as if he's Thanos.
Wait, what?
From the twisted mind of Matthew Vaughn.
Oh, wait a minute. The Kingsman.
The King's Man.
Okay, the King's Man. All right, so you're saying it funny. Is this also the one?
I'm not saying it funny. It's the King's Man.
Is this the one though?
You're saying it funny.
Wait a minute. Is this the one with
Rasputin?
My guy Taron Egerton, right?
He's not in this one.
Oh no, that's Kingsman Secret Service.
You're thinking of Kingsman and Kingsman 2.
Oh, okay.
This is the one where they go back to when the Kingsmen first start, and they're in World War I, and there's a scene where they fight Rasputin.
So I've seen this movie, but I forget.
I can tell.
Yeah, so I'm out on that. I couldn't even fucking land it because wasn't Kingsman 1 where they had the fight in like the church?
Yes,
and it's like the greatest.
And yes,
I can't blank.
If you are doing from 2010 until 2019, that is in the top tier. That might be number one.
Yeah, okay, agreed. So
and that might be over a bunch of John Wick scenes too.
It really was. That one stands out. But the Kingsman, that's the other thing. I don't like when trilogies or movies that have like multiple sequels just get like silly with the titles and like none of them make sense. Like, is that the second one, the third one, the fourth one? What even is that?
Yeah.
So anyway, I would say I forget.
This is the prequel. And like I said, the only scene that I remembered from this movie is the Rasputin fight, and that is a comically stupid scene.
All right.
Let's go on to The Monkey Man that came out last year, and the scene that Billy D is using to represent the movie is not the one that I want to put a spotlight on. And while it does say Monkey Man boxing scene, which is a good scene, I think the Monkey Man going through the nightclub / hotel at the end of the movie as he is getting his final vengeance, that is good John Wick stuff.
Yeah, that is good. That is good revenge, kind of justice.
It also feels more visceral than a John Wick movie too.
Yeah, oh yeah, he gets hit quite a bit. This one, I was excited for it. I think overall it just didn't live up to it for me. Like I thought it was fine, and I liked it enough. I was hoping for a little bit more. It was pretty cool. There were good scenes. So it's another one where maybe similar to like, you know, I don't know, Ballerina, where you're like, scenes are the individual scene that you pull out of it or two are way better than the overall movie. That's why this might be a plums. This might be
because there are 3 or 4 really good scenes in this movie, and I think it has the bones of being something better, but the movie in general is kind of forgettable.
Yep.
But yeah, I think what puts it over the top and what does put it in my plums is at one point he's able to guide a knife into a guy's neck, and then to fully kill him while the guy is holding his hands down, he bites the handle of the knife and jams it into the guy's neck.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's fucking great.
You don't see that one every day, so that's good originality.
All right, let's go on to from Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. We have the final battle between Noah and Proxima Caesar. And one of the reasons why I like this one so much is that for being CGI monkeys, this might be the one where you feel the hatred the most. And after going through the flooded building, you have Proxima Caesar just beating the shit out of Noah. Noah's able to kind of slip away, and then all the monkeys around start chanting. And Caesar's like, what in the world is happening? And then he's killed by birds.
Never see this one. This one slipped through the cracks for me last year. So wherever you want to put it, you can put it.
I'm going hell yeah.
Okay, good. All right. I'll watch that scene anyway.
Like, I'll tell you right now, it's not as good as the previous 2 Planet of the Apes movies. It's better than the James Franco one,
Yeah.
but it does live up to the name. It does live up to the title of the franchise.
Right.
And this final scene, like I said, and I'm sorry I just spoiled it for you. I didn't realize the movie's
Oh.
over a year old.
No, and I watch stuff, and so if I haven't seen it, I chances are if I really wanted to, I already would have seen it. So don't worry.
Okay, the next one here is, I think, another top tier, and this is from Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and it is the final scene on the train where the train has been tipped on its side and gravity.
Gravity will get you. That plays a force in this. What was the movie that it reminded me of? What's trying to think, but it was like still pretty cool. It was still good stuff. I think to me it might be more of a hell yeah. Yeah, it might be more of a hell yeah for me. It was badass. It helped the movie because
I just stamped it, you bitch.
Oh, there's a stamper.
I stamped it.
Yeah, you just lost your stamp.
But hey, you know what? Worth it, because this is the scene that, and there's a lot of good action in this movie. I think the movie in general isn't great. I hated the movie after it, but this movie is just chasing down the, we got to get the key to, stop the entity, which is a dumb name. But this train scene is bananas. This Haley Atwell, Tom Cruise train scene is my favorite.
It's pretty cool. It's reminiscent of the Jurassic Park 3. Where the bus is upside down. But either way,
it's like when the raptor says to Alan, hey.
I haven't seen the most recent Mission Impossible. Nobody seems to like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's too much of a like Tom Cruise is God movie.
Okay.
That's how everyone treats him, how everyone speaks to him.
Okay. All right.
The next one up here is one that I need to apologize for. Mac and I just spoke about Nobody 2. And I said that there was a scene in Nobody 2 that I thought was better than the bus scene. I then today went back and watched the bus scene. The bus scene is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And also in the context of the movie, because he has not shown who he is yet. He is still this dweeb. He is sitting there. He's quiet on the bus. He's folded in on himself. He's looking down. But once he sees that there is someone in danger, he notices that the bus driver also might be in danger. He goes from nerd to badass really quick, stands up, walks over to the bus driver, says, hey, get off the bus. And then when they go, hey, old man, what are you doing? He says, I'm going to fuck you up. And you're like, what in the world has happened? Yeah. And then the fight happens. He gets thrown out of the bus. And then gets back on the bus, tears a seatbelt off, wraps it around his hand, and gets back to beating the shit out of people. And then when the guy goes to pull the gun on him, and he knocks it out of his hands, and he chokes him, or he's the guy is starting to choke on his esophagus, on his throat, or something like that, and he does the straw. This scene rules. This is one of the best. This is a can't blink scene, and I owe it a huge apology.
Yeah, I 100%. So I haven't seen Nobody 2, so I can't speak to that. Don't spoil Nobody 2 for me.
I'm not going to spoil it.
Nobody 1 though is awesome. Like I think Monkey Man was probably hoping that it was at least going to be like Nobody, because Nobody was billed as basically here's Odenkirk doing a John Wick, and I'm like, I love Odenkirk. I don't know how this is going to go, and the movie's going along, and you're like, okay, how where are they going to go with this? This scene is an absolute standout. This scene you can stack up with some of the best John Wick stuff. This is where he means business. You love how he handles himself in it. I love where it is. That's sort of a theme that I have, right? Like on the train, on a Honda, on like these cool looking spots for a fight, and just the different people involved. And then when you use like unique weapons or you use like unique stuff, like that always adds to it as well. So he does like all of those things in the span of like 5 minutes. So yeah, this is great. This is amazing. This is one of the most memorable things from what was a pretty good movie.
All right, the next one up here, I'm not going to spoil the scene. It is in the trailers of him home aloning a water amusement park. There's one thing in there that when it happened in the theaters, I cackled. I had so much fun as blood was raining down upon me. I'll just go ahead and put it in hell yeah.
Okay.
It is a cut below the other one. There are several other hell yeah scenes in this movie. The bad guy in it does push it over the edge of me not loving it, but the individual scenes in it I do love, and the water park stuff at the end is great. It is a hell yeah.
All right.
Let's go on to the Ungentlemanly Warfare. This is the Guy Ritchie movie from, I believe, 2024. And I would say that we would go with the scene, because there are some very good scenes in this, but I would say it is the Ministry Rescue where they wipe out that Nazi base.
Haven't seen this one. I like Guy Ritchie, but I have not seen this one.
You don't like having Henry Cavill there, and you say Henry Cavill is the biggest man in the world. And then out of nowhere, Alan Rickman walks by, even bigger with tiny little glasses that you question, are those normal size glasses and he's just that big?
Wow. It's possible. Maybe he is. Maybe he's an enormous man, and those are the biggest glasses he can find.
So I would put it and feel it in my plums. And the reason why is because those two look like they're having so much fun killing Nazis.
It's a good time.
That's a good time.
I don't see why not.
The next one up here, I'm not sure how good of an action scene it is, but the finale of this movie, the final scene of Furiosa getting her revenge on Dementus out in the desert and him begging and pleading, and you can just see her face and all that she has gone through, and she's finally getting back to him. I don't know how good of an action scene it is.
Yeah,
but the satisfaction, though,
True.
is outrageous.
Yeah, it is true, because the movie felt like quite a journey. And this is another movie I thought was fine. Like, it's somewhat forgettable, but that scene in particular, I would probably put it as okay, which I think it's worth being included in this list and talking about. I thought Anya Taylor-Joy she's good in the movie. It was such a fall back from Fury Road. It wasn't as good as Fury Road, and I don't know. It's certainly not as memorable. That scene is cool, but I don't think it really stacks up with some of these other ones.
The only reason why I'm not using my final veto here is because I do agree, action scene wise, there are better action scenes. The entire prior movie is one long action scene.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go on to Mortal Kombat, the final battle in the movie, Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. And what makes this so good is that our little guy, our main guy that we've been following the whole movie, he's about to die. And out of nowhere, before he is stabbed, you see a hook catch on to Sub-Zero's hand, and you hear, "Get over here." And you say, fuck. That's what I came here for.
That is so cool. It is. It's the coolest thing. I would put it in Can't Blink. I would.
Can't Blink? That entire scene?
I would throw it all the way up there. And maybe I'm just a sucker. Like, I like seeing Deadpool and Wolverine. I like seeing the Guardians, and I love seeing Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. So maybe, again, if that was in a different movie, like say that exact thing, although I don't know who would have like a harpoon like that, but if everything else in that scene was other
say if someone else who's looking to get sued.
Somebody's like trying to freeze another guy. Like,
yeah,
maybe you don't have that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just like that setup with characters that I don't care as much about, then I would be like, pretty good, like fun, like really fun. But then when you put those two guys on it, because that movie was so much better than anybody would have expected it to be, and like you're cruising right along, like, hey, I had a good time. I had a pretty good time with this. And then the next thing you know, you get Sub-Zero, Wolverine, and then my only thought was,
laser beam! Better than fireballs, you pussy!
It's like, great, get it.
All right,
where would you put it?
So I'm going to put it in Can't Blink. I might veto it down at the end. I can't use all my stuff right now, though.
Okay.
The next one is a movie that I have not seen, but I did watch the scene earlier, and I don't know where it would fall in the movie. Have you seen The Northman?
Yes.
Okay, so it's the village raid. And at first, it just seems like a run-of-the-mill Viking, old-timey war going into a village and, killing people, taking them captor. But then Alex Skarsgård bites a gentleman's face and howls at the sky.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
So to me, I didn't like this movie. Turns out I don't think I like Robert Eggers. I like the idea of Robert Eggers. I don't love any of his movies. I think I like some of them just fine.
Yeah.
This is not my favorite movie by a long shot. In fact, but that scene is like memorable.
Yes.
And I enjoyed it. I think it's either Plums or maybe even Hell Yeah. Like, it was just like, you're like, Jesus Christ, when he does it. So I don't know if that's sort of in the Hell Yeah vein, because you make a noise when you're watching that.
Yeah, I would say it was on the line of okay to Plums. And then once he does the bite and the howl, it puts it over the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's move on to Prey, the Trapper Massacre, when the Frenchmen think that they have this monster captured and they all get murdered in very, very bloody fashion.
At least hell yeah.
Yeah.
Prey's an awesome movie, and this is a notable standout scene from it. Some cool kills. Also, you're rooting for it too,
Yeah.
which helps. But just like a whole lot of activity going. You're trying to like keep up with all the action. Like it's a hell yeah.
Does it make it better or worse that it's roughly 2 minutes long? It isn't long, and it's easier not to blink for 2 minutes as opposed to 7.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, so are you making it a case for Camp Blink?
No, I'm asking you, how long can you go without blinking?
Good question. Maybe probably 2 minutes, maybe. Probably just 2 minutes, maybe exactly 2 minutes.
Oh, that scene's over 2 minutes. We got to move it down one. I can't not blink for more than 2 minutes.
Can't do it.
RRR came out in, I believe, 2021. Have you seen RRR?
I haven't. This thing was a massive sensation. I thought about it, and then I saw it was like 3 or 4 hours.
It's really, really long. And the action scenes are so over the top. And while there are some other ones, like when they have Beam on Ram's shoulders or Ram on Beam's shoulders, one of them is on the other one's shoulders and they're fighting an army. That's a good one. There's also a dance scene. That's not action, but I really like the dance scene.
Okay.
The one that is the most memorable to me, the most unique, one that I had never seen before, is they roll up on the Brits and they turn their car so that a giant cart of wild animals jump out of cages and start killing soldiers.
Okay, because I think I saw that maybe either in the trailer or like when you pop it up on Netflix and it was like rolling through, and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of animals in here. Like, there's a lot of animals flying around killing people. So like, it looked cool. I just never had like, I don't know. It was daunting to see the runtime.
This is a hell yeah for me.
Okay, cool.
Just in its uniqueness of, I don't think I've ever seen animals used as a weapon before.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Unless it's dogs with bees that shoot out of their mouth.
Unless it's that scene in Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. He uses all those guys.
This next one, I think, is a standout in the comic book genre. And I love this scene. I'm not sure how good of an action scene it is, but it is when Harley Quinn escapes in The Suicide Squad, where it starts out normal enough. She kills a guard by snapping his neck with her leg. She gets the keys with her feet. Tarantino loves that shit.
Oh, yeah.
She then, it's like an over-the-top 360 shot of her machine gunning down troops. And then, this is where it gets interesting. She gets down to the next floor, and as she has her 2 machine guns, flowers and animation start to flow behind her. And you think it might be over at that point once she kills those people. No, as she keeps walking, it now goes to her side and follows her, and she finds a metal bow staff that she starts killing more people with. I love this scene, and I think it might be one of my favorite action scenes in any comic book movie.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I like it a lot. Obviously, the movie's great. This was awesome, too, because Margot Robbie did all she could in the first Suicide Squad movie. She was like a bright spot of that movie. And then she really gets this moment in this movie to
Well, she also did have Birds of Prey, and there was a good action scene in that as well, where she goes into the police station with the beanbag gun.
Yes.
And the glitter. Yeah. That's a good scene too. I think there's a bit too much slow-mo in that one for me, though. I would take this over that.
I would take this over that as well. But this also came out. Yeah, this was after Birds of Prey. You're right.
Just after Birds of Prey.
Yeah, this was just after Birds of Prey. There was also the awesome scene with Peacemaker and Bloodsport.
Yes,
which is pretty amazing. I would say the Harley Quinn one maybe stands out a little bit more. The sort of like the punchline though to the Bloodsport Peacemaker realizing they just killed all friendlies is hilarious. It's a hilarious ending.
Yeah.
But yeah. Either way, I'm going minimum hell yeah.
I think it's a hell yeah. Okay. I think this is really good. I love this scene. The next one I thought was better at the time, and as I rewatched it today, maybe it's because I watched it after the Nobody bus scene.
Yeah.
But the Shang-Chi bus scene, it's good. It goes on a bit long, and then once you introduce Razor Fist into it, I think it actually gets taken down a little bit, and Aquafina's in it.
Yeah, so again, based on our tiers here, I have seen it. I don't forget it. So I'll go with the next lowest one down. I'll say okay. Hard to be, not even the best bus scene on a list and be
In
ranked
that
too
year,
high.
those movies came out the same year.
Yeah, that's funny. Which one came out first? Do you know? Was it
Shang-Chi.
okay? Well, they got outdone then. Either way, nobody.
They got outbussed.
They got outbus scened. Yep.
There's another good scene in that movie, too, that I was debating, but it's not as popular or well known as the bus scene. They're on scaffolds outside of a building, and they're kind of bending down and they're walking through.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. The next one I put on here, just out of, I don't know, respect. I don't think it's the best action scene, but seeing 3 Spider-Men fighting 4 villains is pretty good.
Yeah, you want to go plums? Is that one where you're like, oh, this is cool because there's so many years in the making, and you're like, here are all these Supermen together, and it was a cool moment.
Yeah.
Maybe like the actual fight scenes compared to some of these other ones doesn't like it stands out for a different reason, right?
I might have said like I would take this as the standout, but I might say hell yeah to Holland versus Gobby.
Yeah, true.
But this might be the one that more people point to.
Yeah, and you can even finish with a little Spider-Man meme. Point.
I once again had to dig deep on this next one. For Superman, I was debating between that final scene where he's taking down all of Lex Luthor's cronies, or the very James Gunn-like Mr. Terrific scene where he is going through the campground.
So I love that scene. It is very James Gunn.
That's very James Gunn.
It's incredibly James Gunn. You get the music playing, you got the slow-mo here and there.
And it's all from the perspective of Lois Lane, who was inside of that guarded bubble.
Yeah. So it was like as it was going on, it was like it almost became predictable. So it can't be in the top tier because of that. But I think it is still a hell yeah, because it stands out in a movie that was very good and had a lot of good action scenes. And even still, you're like, you think back to that one, you're like, that was fucking pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's go on to Tenet. And the movie, I think, is a bit of a disappointment. It's kind of confusing, a little long. I love Christopher Nolan. I think it's to say it's one of his worst. That's like saying any episode of Mac and Goo is our worst when they're all really fucking good.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for this one. This is kind of a disappointment.
This
I'm
one
sorry,
kinda
guys.
blows.
This
You might
one
not
kind of
release it.
sucks. I might fucking bin this one. Hopefully Mac goes ahead and does his own episode this week so I can throw this one away.
This could be like Coyote versus Acme. This thing might not get released for years.
Be like Coyote Ugly 2. They're making that, by the way.
Great. Maybe
yes.
Not to be crass, but maybe we'll see a nipple in this one. Dude, you know what I'm gonna say?
Yes.
It's not 100% accurate, but I'm gonna just put it in I forget, because this movie to me was confusing as hell. Not one of my favorite Nolan movies by a long shot. If people like it, great. I'm like, great, maybe you get it. I don't. And so even when cool stuff happened in it, I think my mind was still just like, wait, what is this supposed to be? Where am I supposed to be? What is this guy? What year is it? So I'm going to put it for me and I forget.
The reason why I will buy into that is because I watched this scene earlier and I thought that a fire truck drives backwards. It's just a part of the heist. There's no backwards driving fire truck. So I misremembered the whole thing.
Yeah, that whole movie I could put in the tier of I forget.
Although I do think the opening scene that was shown in IMAX before a bunch of other movies that tried to hook people in, the one in the Opera House, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should give that one a rewatch, but as of right now, is not my favorite.
All right, let's go on to the movie that saved cinema, and that is Top Gun Maverick. And I would say it's the scene of Maverick in the cockpit where you feel like you are flying that GD plane with him.
Yeah, so sort of similar to like Mortal Kombat or some of these other ones. It's because of like who it was, the character that it was, like the emotion behind it. I would put it in hell yeah.
I'm completely with you. And also it feels like they made the movie simple enough that the story doesn't matter. It's just, when are we getting back into the cockpit?
Yeah. Let's get in there. Let's get in there. And let's fly around a little bit. Get Glenn Powell involved. Get Miles Teller. Let's have a go.
Let's move on to, what is this? Oh, Violent Nights, the one with Santa Claus where he finds his sledgehammer.
Oh, so I did see this. This is with David Harbour, right?
Yes, this is with David Harbour, and I thought was a fun little movie when I saw it. And then when I saw Billy D put this on the list, I'm like, Sledgehammer?
Yeah.
When did he get his sledgehammer? Oh, yeah. And I watched the scene earlier. It's a Bryan Adams plays, I believe, a Christmassy song. Santa has his hammer. He uses a skate. He uses a snowblower. It's a pretty good little action scene. I think the scene that I remember more is the little girl home aloneing the attic. And then before, it's either before the bad guys go up there or just after, she says to Santa, hey, have you seen Home Alone? And she just murders people.
Yeah, just destroys everybody.
Yeah.
This might be a feel it in my plums, though, because I remember when he gets the sledgehammer, you're like, oh, this is going.
Well, because he talks about the hammer the entire. He's like,
Yeah.
I imagine if I had my hammer right now.
He desperately needed his hammer. Made several references to the hammer. The people that he was going to were just the biggest pieces of shit. There was no in between, so you're just waiting for him to get a hold of that thing.
And the final one on this list is one that Billy added late, and it's a movie that I have not seen. It is Warfare. Have you seen Warfare?
No, I haven't.
I heard it's good. Mac really liked it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the show of force flyover. I guess we have to put it in can't see it, and I feel bad for doing that.
Haven't seen it, but it's good to have it on there. So when people do look at the tiers and they're like, it didn't include
You
Warfare.
forgot it. No, we didn't forget it. We forgot Kingsman and Tenet.
Yeah, we forgot to see Warfare is really our problem.
We forget these other movies. All right, so
that's fair. No, but that is one of because that came out earlier this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got to put that on my my queue.
Looking at this list right now, are there any that pop out to you as ones that we need to move immediately? You have your vetoes and your stamps and your stamp remover.
Well, Goo, you know me, I have horrible eyesight, so really nothing stands out to me because it's all just a mess.
It's all one big blurb.
All right, so we have a really busy hell yeah tier.
Yes.
Which, you know what I might do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I have to do this because I forget what you even said about it at the time. But let me stamp Guardians 3 into hell yeah, because I know you might have been leaning moving it down. And I know the song is a little little cliche-ish, but I still like that scene with all those characters. So let me leave that there. As far as something that needs to go up or down, I don't know, because we didn't have a ton of disagreements. I think on the fly, I really didn't have any that should have been fucking lower or higher. What do you got?
Right. I am going to veto Mortal Kombat down to hell yeah. And I hate having such a big hell yeah.
Yeah.
But I've used all of my vetoes and I've used a stamp. I have not used a stamp remover, but I can't use it now anyways because I have nothing to veto. If I stamp remove your stamp, I can't move it.
So I have the ability to move something up and down, right?
You could technically move it back if you want.
So actually right now I'm kind of debating because there's 3 on the hell yeah tier that I all think has a chance to move up slightly. I like Mortal Kombat, I like Deadpool and Wolverine car fight, and I like the Prey scene a lot. But I don't know, they kind of fit there because right now we have 4 things in the top tier.
A Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, so you know what? That might just be apropos. We might just I'm okay leaving those as the big 4 there.
Oh, I am going to ask you actually. You are someone that works in sports radio. Yes. What are you going to do if they put a 5th face on the Mount Rushmore?
Easy. Just
we can do them all over again now.
Top 5 Friday turns into Mount Rushmore Friday. That's all.
Any Mount Rushmore we've ever done, you can throw it away and we can start again.
Tag another one. Actually might be great for us. We could use that. No, I think this looking at it looks pretty good to me.
All right. So on the bottom of the list in the I Forget tier is The King's Man, the trench warfare fight, and Tenet. I thought it was a backwards fire truck. It's just a fire truck going a normal way. There's a heist in the fire truck and other cars go backwards, but I didn't remember enough from that scene to talk about it enough. In the I Haven't Seen It, it is Warfare, the show of force flyover. In the OK, we have the Batman Penguin chase, the Everything Everywhere All at Once fanny pack nunchucks extraction one shot, the Fall Guy final scene, Mad Max Fury Osa final scene verse Dementis, and Shang-Chi bus fight. In Feel It in My Plums, we have Ballerina grenade fight, Bullet Train Ladybug verse Oh, we had Tangerine on here. We did Ladybug verse, was it the Hornet? I believe Zazie Beat was.
Yeah, she was the Hornet. You're right.
Yeah. Monkey Man, he had the boxing scene. I think that the hotel scene at the end is a little bit better. We then go to the Ungentlemanly Warfare, them running through a Nazi camp. The 3 Spider-Man fight scene in No Way Home. Violet Night, the sledgehammer scene in Hell. Yeah. Top Gun Maverick in the cockpit. Deadpool and Wolverine Honda fight scene. Mortal Kombat, get over here. Dune, Duncan, Idaho hallway fight. Guardians 3, the hallway fight. Any hallway fight is in this scene. I would take the Daredevil hallway fight scene over both of those. And Old Boy,
any
too.
hallway scene. Daredevil has they're the top of the mountain when it comes to the hallway fights.
But also, I think the stairway scene is better than the hallway scene.
Oh, yeah, you might be right. Either
Stairway
way.
scene's fucking great.
Don't sleep
Kingdom.
on the prison scene in season 2 with
That's also great.
it's crazy.
Yeah. People don't give that show enough credit for the
Agreed.
action scenes that they have in a television show.
Yeah, a Netflix show. It's crazy.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Noah verse Proxima Caesar, Nobody 2, the water park Home Alone scene, the Northman Village raid, Prey Trapper Massacre, RRR Animal Fight, the Suicide Squad, Harley Escapes, and finally Superman, the Mr. Terrific running through the campground scene. And then we get to our top tier. It is Can't Blink. When these scenes are on, you are all in. You are giving these guys constant YouTube views. You want to see this scene, this beautiful action scenes. Dune Part 2, the Sandworm Attack. John Wick 4, the top-down angle. Mission Impossible, the Dead Reckoning. That is the one. Number 7, the train scene. And finally, the Nobody bus scene.
Let's get into Maxac.
And Maxac could be anything it could be a boat. And Mac and I briefly touched on this last episode, saying that we would love a Papagino sponsorship. Give us a nice Papagino meal deal. 2 pies, 1 pepperoni, 1 cheese, some buffalo tenders, maybe a D'Angelo sub in there. Name it after us. I will ask you this. Are you one of those people that call yourself a foodie, or do you just recognize that you're willing to eat anything?
I'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Which my wife is very much a foodie and a trained chef, but no, I would eat anything.
Because I have
a lot of good food.
I have an issue with people that think that other people are foodies because they like to eat. Because you like to eat, that doesn't make you a foodie. You're not being special with what you eat.
I agree. No, I'll eat anything, and
Yeah.
if something's really good, great. I'll recognize it as such. If it's bad, I don't really complain. I'll eat that too, right? Like it's like okay. I
Okay,
like what I
so
like, but, yeah.
whether it be a restaurant, a local sub place, or anything like that, what is the meal that you would like to have named after you?
Buffalo chicken sub or a buffalo chicken calzone, anything in the buffalo chicken wheelhouse. If it's a pizza place, if it's the buffalo chicken pizza, if it's just like the Rich Keefe, if that just became associated with the buffalo chicken, because that is what I eat the most.
Okay, I think personally, I would like a nice Italian sub, but it needs to have prosciutto on it. It can't be one of those ones that they try and skimp on the cold cuts. I also want 1 eggplant cutlet put right in the middle of there. Not chicken eggplant, because you can just fry the shit out of eggplant, have no eggplant flavor. You just have that fried crumb in the middle. I also want hots. I want all the fixins. I want no balsamic. Also, I want a nice Caesar. And when I say Caesar, I mean a real garlicky son of a bitch that you are going to stink after you eat. I want you to stink for 2 days after you have the goo.
Like you can't go to work. You need to go home. You need to shower for a while. And then maybe you can go to work.
Like you got to call out of work for a couple days. And they're like, are you okay? And you're like, I stink. I had the goo.
I had the best meal though.
I had a really good meal, but I stink right now. And then you have to have a diet orange soda. If you try and deviate from the meal of any part of what I do, it costs $50 more.
More. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That way, because everybody now is like, oh yeah, order special, order whatever you want. No. You gotta order this. Very particular. That's good.
And like, even if the value of the meal is way less than 50, just as a penalty for not getting exactly what the goo is.
Yeah, I get it.
$50.
That way, everybody who has the goo can share that exact same experience.
But then in fine print, little asterisk next to the diet orange soda, you can replace that with a diet Dr. Pepper.
Both diet, huh?
I like diet soda.
I hate diet soda. I hate that taste. I hate it.
Maybe I just haven't had real soda in a long time.
No, when I was up at where was I? At Gillette for training camp, Bragg, they had I was doing Fountain Dews every day. I was just up to my gills in straight Mountain Dew. It's great.
Like, who drank all the Mountain Dew again?
Yeah, like
Keep sitting there with a giant
All of
bucket of
it.
dew.
It's great.
All right, where can the folks find you?
We are on Pluto and Tubi. You can find all of our stuff. No, we are everywhere you can, wherever your podcasts are. YouTube, just at Dork Podcast, very easy to find in all those places.
All right, check us out wherever podcasts are found. tpublic.com merch. Go ahead and get some I Think You Should Leave merch. Also, you can find us. My guess is next week. I don't have any thought that Mac will do an episode. If he does, send him a text and say thank you, or a tweet. I don't know how much of a contact you have with the people. I would give this episode a hard C. I think it's a good episode.
Hard C? C plus?
Yeah. A C. I'm not sure if it's a C plus. Maybe on my listen back, I might be a little bit higher. I think just top of my mind, what we just did for the people, give it a C.
All right.
I don't know.
It's passing.
It's passing, but by how much?
Like 20 points.
20 points is roughly that. So Tuesdays are goose days. I abuse kangaroos. Tim Burton.
Please flip the cassette over to side B to continue the adventure.
And now it's time for girls jumping on trampolines.